Exotic gear is some of the most rare gear in all of Destiny, and if you're starting the game brand new, you're probably wanting to know how you can get some. Heads up everybody, my name is SentinelGray, and welcome to the channel. If you're starting the game brand new, then you might already at least have one exotic weapon called Risk Runner. If you haven't completed that quest chain yet, then I suggest you go do it because that gun can be your absolute best friend in the early days of playing. But you're wondering how and where to get more exotics, right? The easiest place to get more is our tentacle-faced friend known as Xur. Every weekend, starting on Friday and ending on Monday, Xur arrives somewhere in the system. He can either be in the Tower Hangar, or the Watcher's Grave on Nessus, or in the Tangled Shore in the EDZ. When he comes to town, he sells one exotic weapon and one exotic piece of armor for each class that has randomly rolled stats. Not only that, but his inventory is randomly rolled every week, so he'll almost never sell the same thing twice in a row. He also can sell you an exotic engram that can give you a random exotic piece of gear. This exotic can be either a piece of armor for your character or an exotic weapon that you don't have yet. To buy anything and everything from Xur, all you need is legendary shards, which you can get by dismantling legendary gear, the purple gear that you can get. However, there is a way to get an almost free exotic engram from him, and that is by completing the quest that he has for an exotic cipher. Once you complete the quests and gain the cipher, you can use it as an optional currency to buy that engram instead of buying it for legendary shards. Now, what about sources that aren't Xur, who only comes around on the weekends? Well, every day there are different lost sectors of varying difficulty that can reward you with pieces of exotic armor. Legend and Master lost sectors are probably the best methods for farming exotics if you ever want to dedicate time to it. These lost sectors reward exotic armor pieces for the specific part that might be for that day. Like the legendary lost sector may award leg gear, and the master lost sector may reward chest gear. Either way, completing these lost sectors solo gives a chance to drop an exotic piece of gear. This is also the only way to get the most recent exotics in the game for veteran players. Say in the next expansion they add an exotic helmet for every class. The only way to get it is going to be through these lost sectors. Next up is from vendors in the tower. Each of the ritual playlist vendors can give you an exotic once you complete a full reset of their reputation ranks, but only if you've reset their ranks once already. If you don't know who these people are, that would be Zavala, Shaxx, and the Drifter. So as an example, let's just say you gained the max rank and reputation for the Crucible for the season. So you go to Shaxx and reset your rank. After you reset your rank for that first time, Shaxx gives you another slate of rewards that is not the same as the first one for you to raise your rank again. The final reward in this second slate is an exotic engram, which I believe can also drop either a weapon that you've never gotten before or a piece of armor on whatever class you're on. The first set or the first round of rewards in this rep system gives you something else other than an exotic, which is why I'm specifying the second one. Basically, with this system, you can grind out either strikes, crucible, or gambit matches to farm out exotics and materials that way. It's not the best way, but it is a way that you could do so. The fourth and fifth ways are something that's mainly suited for endgame. Both PvE and PvP have activities that are supposed to be the absolute pinnacle of the game. In PvP, this is called Trials of Osiris. On most weekends, the Trials of Osiris start up. In this game mode, you'll see the very best and sweatiest people in the PvP community come out and slay all weekend long. To get an exotic to drop for you, you have to go flawless, which is winning 7 matches and no losses, which is far from an easy thing. However, if you think you're insane enough to go into the Crucible to go for it, then I say have at it. For PvE players, your best of the best activity is called Grandmaster Nightfall Strikes. In these strikes, the game puts you far below the levels of all the enemies you face and loads each strike up with a ton of enemy champions. However, at the end of the activity, the struggle is well worth the effort. Not only do you get an exotic to drop, but also you get one of the best weapons in the entire game, known as an adept weapon. Still, if you happen to complete a Grandmaster Nightfall Strike during a time where the game gives you double rewards, you'll get 2 exotics and 2 adept weapons for your trouble. And of course, the final way, but nowhere near the most reliable, is to literally just play the game. Exotics have a low drop chance while you play, and it doesn't matter what you do, they will probably drop for you. Whether it's killing an enemy out on a patrol or completing a regular Vanguard strike, exotics can drop from almost anywhere in the game. You just have to be lucky. Currently, that is everywhere you can get exotics through legit means. And by legit, I mean not by any sort of loot cave or bugged farming system or anything like that. Everything I've told you are all non-bug related ways that you can get exotics in the game, meaning these sources aren't probably going to change for a while and just aren't going to be patched out in like a week or so. If these changes happen, it'll be a big deal and Bungie will let us know. But I want to thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and comment if you have any questions. I'll see you all next time, and remember, keep your heads up and be kind to each other. Bye now.